Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, and hello if you are new. I'm Sky and I am so looking forward to kicking off the fall season here on YouTube with a decor haul of some of my favorite pieces that I have found in stores this season, as well as some staples that I already have at home. And also in this video, I'm planning to share some fall decorating inspiration that I've gathered. I asked you all in my last video if you were interested in something like this, where we're just sitting down and chatting and going through some photos that I have bookmarked and some things I've saved over on Instagram and Pinterest to just kind of spark that fall decorating excitement and give you some decorating ideas for the upcoming season. And so many of you said yes, you would love to see that video. So what I decided to do was kind of blend those two ideas together. So today we are going to be going through some new decor that I've picked up, as well as, like I said, some of those staple pieces that we already have in our home that I do love to keep out year round, that transition really well into the fall season. And as I'm showing you these items, I'm going to be popping up pictures on the screen that kind of correlate with whatever type of item I'm showing you, whether it's different Crocks or greenery, baskets, items for the kitchen, pillows and throws, things like that, to give you some decorating ideas with similar items as we're kind of going through this decor haul. I know you can't see my point of view, but it is covered with all sorts of decor. Piles and piles and piles. So I want to go ahead and just kind of jump right into this video because we have a lot to cover. I've kind of organized everything into categories so that hopefully as we're going through this, it stays nice and organized. I'm in a season of life right now where I do not want to keep bringing in so much new to where it feels like we are bursting at the seams with home decor. And I've been in seasons where we've definitely been there, especially when we owned our home decor shop. I felt like I wanted something from every drop, if not multiple somethings, because they were just so beautiful and I wanted to play around with the pieces in our home. But honestly, we had a surplus, and I tend to struggle when my home is cluttered and I just have more than we need. And so I've been trying to strike the balance of having pieces in our home that we love, being able to go out, whether it's thrifting, antiquing, Facebook market placing, I think that's a new verb, or shopping from, you know, some of our favorite stores. But I'm trying to do it in a way that, like, if something is coming in, I'm also making sure that something is going out. I did a little purge, sold some items, still have some items listed on Marketplace. Trying to be cautious and intentional with my spending and what I'm bringing in versus just bringing in everything that I love and see and want. And it sounds like from what I've shared in previous videos that y'all are kind of in that same boat too. I want to go ahead and start out with the lighting for fall. So pretty much year round, I'm one of those people that just loves softer lighting. I'm prone to migraines, and anything LED or bright and white will instantly trigger a migraine for me. So I like a warm, gentle light, oftentimes by the glow of a candle, whether it be real or LED, or by just a nice, subtle, maybe small, delicate lamp that's giving off a little bit of lighting in like a kitchen or a living room, something like that. So I'm gonna start out with some of my favorite finds. I will let you know when something is new and where I got it, or if something is a piece that we have had in our home a little while or that I've thrifted. And I will also link as many items as I possibly can down in the video description below if there's anything that you see in this haul that you might want to be shopping as well. Hearth and Hand came out with a couple of different colors of these taper candles. they do give off such a beautiful soft glow. And I have my tried and true all-time favorites from Amazon behind me, but I loved the green color, and I also loved the ribbed detail on these. I felt like they would be a nice fun pop and not only be really pretty through the fall season, but hello green, Christmas and spring and summer. So these are going to hopefully last a nice long while, and I plan on putting them in some of my candle holders. Some of my favorite candle holders that I personally own are ones that I found at antique stores, but these are from our shop that we had. If you're new here, we owned an online interior decor shop for about 3 years, and we ended up closing our online doors so I could focus more on YouTube. We did sell these. They are from Creative Co-op, so I am able to link them if I can find them for you. I definitely will, but I love the antique brass. I found so many that are similar like this at antique stores. I did end up shopping Magnolia. I got a couple of things from their website, but I found this beautiful wooden candle holder. It comes in 2 sizes. This is the large. The small was out of stock, sadly, but it is absolutely beautiful. It was regularly priced $36, but I got it on sale, so they were kind of moving these out, and it's just their turned wood taper candle holder. Now, notice at the top how it does have a spot for like a true candle, not our battery operated friends over here. So just keep that in mind. But I did notice that, and I do love to just sometimes light a cozy candle at the dinner table, or just maybe on our entryway table or our piano. So I'm really excited about this. Honestly, it's great quality. It does kind of give off an antique look with just some of the different attention to detail on the wood, and I love the deep dark browns for the fall season. I did end up grabbing 2 other candle holders from Walmart, and I wanted to share them with y'all. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to keep them. I think I'm going to, but they are a little bit more of a lighter, like brassy gold. These are the little bow candle holders that they have on their website. So incredibly affordable, truly like a great price. I'll pop it on the screen here, but I got a small and a large, and I think they're like so cute. I really do. I love them, but I think I'm going to use my European gold rub and buff to just give them a little more of that like vintage look and a little more character. I also think through the holiday season, having just that little bow detail will be so pretty. And if you follow me over on Instagram, you have heard me talk about Sweetwater Decor candles. And honestly, even here on YouTube, because we used to carry them in our store. So I truly, like, these candles are tried and true, something that I've been using since like 2019, because that I believe is the year that we opened our shop. And when I discovered them, I was so happy because, as I mentioned, I do get migraines, and light and smells are things that I'm very, very sensitive to. And so a lot of different scents will give me a migraine, and I have found that Sweetwater Decor candles, because they are made to burn clean and they don't have all of the toxic chemicals in them, they do not hurt my head. So actually behind me, let me see if I can grab it. It might be a little hot. Okay, it's not too bad. I just lit it. This is their ribbed candle design, and I am obsessed. I love the glass, and I love that it just is timeless. It would work in any home, in any style, in any season. I have the Hello Pumpkin candle right here. I wanted to get an amber glass for the fall. This is a candle that I burn truly all fall, and I start early. It's July when I'm filming this. It's not too sweet, not too spicy, truly delicious. So if you were in the market for some candles this fall season, definitely check out Sweetwater Decor. That wraps up my candle section, and I want to kind of continue the same theme over to the lighting, and I got the cutest little lamp from Walmart. I haven't taken the little plastic wrap off the top yet because unfortunately mine came with a little crack in it. It's very subtle. I could probably glue it, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and exchange it for a new one. So I wanted to show it to y'all though. It is such a pretty deep dark brown color. And I'm hoping you can tell even with the plastic wrap on, but the shade has the most beautiful detail. At the bottom, the color changes just slightly, and it's got just like this linen texture. It's gorgeous. Our kitchen is probably where I'll end up putting it. Adding a little pop of that deep dark color for fall is so beautiful. I've shared this lamp with y'all before, but this is probably my favorite lamp that I've bought in a long time. I bought the base and the shade separately from Target, and again, I love this green because I really feel like greens can just work year round. And I've had this out in our kitchen. I may swap it for the other one, like I said, and pop this just on another little table somewhere in our house. But I absolutely love this matte green color with the linen lampshade. Continuing on with just items for your kitchen. I love adding wooden texture into my kitchen for the fall season. So I have a couple of wooden cutting boards that I just love. This first one is actually a DIY that I did and shared over here on my YouTube channel. I got a really inexpensive cutting board from Hobby Lobby. We got a hammer and some knives and just kind of went to it to give it some added texture. And then we added a really pretty stain. Actually, I think a couple of different shades of stains to just kind of give it that vintage feel. This is not something that we're preparing food on or serving food on. It really is purely more for aesthetics, but I do have several other cutting boards that we do use in our home that are perfectly food safe. And this is one that I picked up a little while ago. It's got a nice cute little leather strap at the top, and I just feel like it adds such a rich color to our countertops in our kitchen. And I'll often layer this with like a little crock, maybe some wooden spoons. I also have some wooden rolling pins that I have picked up. It's been a long time now, but from a local, actually no, this was a Facebook Marketplace find because I remember one of my friends making fun of me because I was doing a Facebook Marketplace pickup for rolling pins. So I love them, but you could definitely find these at antique stores, and typically they're pretty inexpensive depending on where you go. This darker one is my favorite. I just love the color of it. I think, again, it's just really rich and it looks really pretty mixed together with those lighter tones. Along those same lines, I did grab the small scalloped tray from the Hearth and Hand collection this season. I think this is truly so beautiful. It was $12, very affordable. This piece would be so pretty propped up on a little kitchen counter with maybe like your little salt and pepper shakers or a little fall plant or a pitcher, but a way to use it decoratively whenever you're not using it serving something for the season. So I think this one is so cute. Another item that I grabbed from Magnolia, and this honestly is my favorite that I grabbed from their collection this year. This is their cookbook stand, but you could obviously use any book. It is such great quality and it is so pretty. Again, with that rich color and just a way to kind of creatively style your cookbooks to have out on your counter or on your kitchen island, or even on a coffee table with a coffee table book that you love. I think this one's going to be just a fun staple piece that I'm going to get to enjoy year round. To go along with my cookbook stand, I do have 3 cookbooks. The first one is Sunday Suppers. I love this book. I think it's so pretty. I love the linen cover. I love the recipes that are included in here. And then Tried and True Half-Baked Harvest Every Day, one of my favorites. This book has some wear because, as I said, we've definitely used it. But Tegan has so many books out, and I love her recipes because they do lean a good bit on the healthy side. Yeah, there's just so many great things in here. I do love this particular kind of stack for the fall, just the different colors here. The bread book is so cute. I just haven't honestly used it yet. I'm not eating any gluten and haven't for a long time, and so I haven't made any of these, but my kids have flipped through and mentioned that they'd like to try the pretzels, so I may try that recipe for them soon. I purchased this actually from Magnolia Home years ago, and we've been using it in our half bath. And sometimes I'll have a candle on it, or I may put our soap dispensers on there, but it is such a fun little way to kind of elevate just a little decorative piece in your home, whether it during the holiday season it's a little pumpkin or a Christmas tree, or maybe like I said, candles. There's so many ways that you can use them. And then I have a larger one. This one actually I have sitting in our kitchen by our sink, and that is what I do. I have our little kitchen brush that sits on there, as well as some dust apparently, and our soap dispensers. But come the holiday season, I'll probably put a candle on here with a little pumpkin and just make a cute little moment. This one is so pretty, and I got it from the Golden Oldies antique store that is in High Point, North Carolina, I believe. It's about like an hour and a half from us. And I go there with my friend Sarah, and we're planning another trip soon, so stay tuned for a video featuring all of their beautiful decor soon, because I'm so excited. Next, I want to share some little Crocks and coffee mugs and just little decorative pieces that I am loving for the fall season. So this was an antique find. A lot of the Crocks that I have personally are antiques, because that's one of my favorite things to go and look for at a local antique store. There are so many different ways that you can style Crocks throughout your home, especially during the fall season. They're great for throwing in fall stems, and just again, another perfect staple piece to have in your home year round. If you don't love to go antiquing, I know there are a lot of Etsy stores that have Crocks like this for sale. I know so many people love Olive Atelier. I have personally not shopped from them before, but I've heard great things about their products. Facebook Marketplace, at least kind of out in the Charlotte area where we are, often you can find Crocks for a pretty good deal on there. This one I haven't shown you yet, so I wanted to share it real quick. You know that I've been kind of wanting to incorporate a little more blue into our home, which is kind of shocking for me because I have never played with blue. And this summer I started just adding a little bit here and there, particularly in the kitchen. And I ran across this little picture at the depot at Gibson Mill recently, and I just couldn't put it down. I think it's adorable, and I'm going to be just having it out in our kitchen this season. And just another that I love for, again, just putting out little fall stems or wooden spoons on the kitchen countertop, but keeping in with that like tan and brown and just the same kind of color palette. I snatched up a couple of mugs from the Hearth and Hand line because I am a sucker for a mug with a little foot. I think it is the cutest thing. And I don't know, I love how this one fits in my hand. That is a big thing for me whenever I have a mug like that I'm testing out or interested in or think is pretty. I always have to feel it, and like there's something about like sipping a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and just that cozy feel, and these give that off. They are so pretty. I got 2 of them. I like to buy my mugs in pairs when they're kind of neutral like this, just so that if I want to like stack them or create just a cute little look in our coffee bar, I can do that. And how cute is this little ghost mug? I thought this was adorable. It's from the same company that I get my favorite candles from, so Sweetwater Decor. They have had this, I think, for the last couple of years, and I always remember seeing it and thinking it was the cutest thing. And when I got it, my kids were just like, oh my goodness, that's adorable. So I think that this would just be really sweet sitting out in a little hutch or in a little coffee bar for the fall season. I got a new kitchen runner for the fall. This is from Magnolia, and it was a little bit on the pricier side, but let me tell you, I was not disappointed by the quality. I was actually really impressed with this when I opened it up. So it's a thick material. I know that it's going to last a long time, and I love the texture and the detail on it. I have to remember I have a lit candle behind me, but it is such a pretty one, and I am a sucker for this checkered pattern or for plaid or gingham detailing during the fall, and I just love kind of that tan and brown mixed together. Now we're going to move on to some artwork. So as I think I mentioned earlier on in this video, I love bringing in some Moody art during the fall season. I love the greens, the rusts, the browns, just those kind of like darker, deeper, richer tones. And there's so many different ways that you can incorporate beautiful art, whether small or large. And there's also so many affordable ways you can go about doing that. Hearth and Hand and Studio McGee do have some affordable options, as well as places like Hobby Lobby, Michael's, and of course Home Goods. But you can also hit up your local Goodwill or thrift store, find some frames, and then head over to Etsy and download some of their really cheap prints. There are beautiful vintage inspired prints that you can download for sometimes as low as $2 and oftentimes not more than $5. And just go get them printed at your local CVS or Amazon Photo or wherever you like to get your photos printed. And it's such a nice way to kind of swap out your different pieces that you like to have on your wall for each season. I want to start with two pieces that I grabbed from Target. I love this landscape photo. I think it's so pretty, but not only that, I just love that it's so tiny. It's a great layering piece. The other one I got has some of that blue, as we talked about me kind of slowly incorporating a little bit of blue into our home. I have not decided yet if I love it, so I've kept these on. But I'm still kind of thinking through it. It is beautiful, truly, the pears. I just don't know if I love the frame. I'll get up close here so you can kind of see the detail on the frame itself. This one, personally for me, does feel a little bit on the cheaper side. Now, I have gotten some canvases from Target in the past, this one in particular, and I'm not sure if this is still available. It is Studio McGee, and I think it's been out at least for a year, if not longer. But this piece has become a staple piece for me in our home, especially this time of year, just with those deep, dark, rich colors. I think they're so pretty. I actually have put this out in our powder bath, and I love it in there. Now, this one is one that I got at an antique store years ago, and I have kept this underneath our microwave but above our stove, kind of on our backsplash, and I love it. It is just moody and beautiful. I love the frame. So sometimes it is worth investing in a piece that's a little bit more on the pricey side, but that's going to last in your home year round, or if not year round, at least for a couple of seasons that you're gonna get to use over and over. I like to keep the price tags on, especially like my vintage pieces, as long as it doesn't get in the way of displaying them. I don't know why, but I do. And so this one was $35. So truly not that expensive, but really beautiful. I have a bunch of baskets over here that I want to share with you. I did grab this wall basket from Magnolia. It gives such a cozy fall pop on any wall, and we've got several little hooks throughout our house on the walls that I could hang this on. So I'm looking forward to using this. I think this is a great find, and yeah, it's huge. If you watched my entryway makeover video, you saw this basket, and it was also in my Target Shop With Me video that I put out most recently. I love it. It isn't the most durable. That is something that I will just share with you out of honesty from using it for a few months. I do try to be really careful with the lid. I did empty it because it was heavy with everything I had in it, but we leave this by the front door, and we have our dogs' leashes, harnesses, poop bags, all the things necessary for walking, and that has been so handy to have right there by the door. You could even store shoes in here, blankets. It's a great size. It's a really pretty color to have in your home this fall. I have two baskets that I got at antique stores a long time ago that have a little bit of wear to them, but I still love them and use them all the time. This basket is great to set on a little coffee table or a little ottoman. I've also used this during the fall season to put little wooden apples or my dried gourds in. There's so many different ways that you can style a basket, especially during the fall. And I have this one as well that was also an antique find. I got this shelf on Amazon a few months ago for our entryway makeover, so I pulled it off the wall because I wanted to share it in this video. This one is such a fun and unique piece because not only can you put some artwork or just something cute over top, you can also use the hooks to style it and hang something. So I think this is going to be such a fun piece to style for the fall season. I know this is getting long, so we are very close to the end, but I wanted to share just a couple more cozy textures. I've got a few pillows. This one I grabbed at the at-home store. During the summer, I had fall on my mind, and I thought this rust color was so pretty. I think I might be able to use this during the Christmas season too, but I love a ruffle, and I just thought how cute this pillow would be in our house. And I grabbed these pillow covers on Amazon quite some time ago, but I just put a little down insert in them, and I love them. I'm not positive if they are like 100% linen, but they give that feel and that look. But I loved how the edging just had just enough of a dainty detail to make them feel just really beautiful and elegant. Love incorporating cozy pillows and throw blankets throughout the fall season. And speaking of throw blankets, I don't have anything new to share with you. I actually did purchase one blanket on Prime Day, and it was a steal. It was like $10. Kaylin Cash actually shared it, and that's how I discovered it. But it hasn't come yet. I think it's still like a week out. There are so many beautiful thick cozy layers out this season, and I am probably going to invest in one or two more, but I'm kind of waiting until I have a little more direction on what I'm doing and what I have. I need to still go up through our decor closet and pull down all of my fall specific decor. I love decorating our home with books. You will see them everywhere in our house, from my office desk to bookshelves to our piano behind me, shelving out in the living room, like they're everywhere. I love books. I love mixing old and new. I have some antique books like these right behind me that I love to keep out in our home. I have a set, it's not a true set, but I've just kind of created it, of the browns and the mustards and just kind of that family of color. books from antique stores that I keep up in my storage closet, so I'll be bringing those down soon. And then I have kind of these greens and like everyday color books that I also love to style with. But I did grab a little stack here for the season that I'm excited to share with you. You may have already seen some of these, you may own some of these, so I'll make this nice and quick. But I love Kristen Johns. I listen to her podcast every week and I love her YouTube channel. She's just so sweet and down to earth, but she has a gorgeous home. This book, Growing Seasons, is more about recipes, DIYs, and there is a little bit of home decorating inspiration in here too. So I did grab this just because it does have little sections for each season, with a recipe for each season, with a little bit of decorating inspiration, and it's just super cozy. The other two are definitely more fall colors, even Christmas colors. So again, talking about just kind of stretching out your decor pieces to last through multiple seasons. This is Establishing Home by Jean Stauffer. This book is really, really sweet. I've been flipping through it and enjoying it. It says creating space for a beautiful life with family, faith, and friends. And it really is a beautiful book. But something I love that I discovered when I got it was I took the cover off and I was like, oh, the prettiest blue. So I'll get to use this probably in the spring and summer and just incorporate that blue. The other one is Amber Lewis, Call It Home. Love her and get so much inspiration from her, especially over on Instagram. However, I thought that it was time that I picked up her book because I'm always saving her photos and all the things that she posts when it comes to home decor and home design. And so I have already found so many different pages in here that have just sparked some inspiration for me. I love, like, again, the Moody, but those stems that she has, so pretty. So many different pieces in here. Look at this cozy scene. Honestly, just love so much about it. So I would recommend this one. This one's a little bit of a splurge. I did grab it on Amazon. I believe it was on sale when I got it, but from the short time that I've spent looking through it, I'm already just so glad that I got it. And it's beautiful. The pictures on the front and on the back, such a pretty piece to have sitting out. There are also many stems and garlands for fall that are out this season that I love. I found a few while I was shopping at Target, but I decided not to pull the trigger because Magnolia has a beautiful stem, Pottery Barn has a beautiful stem. I think just kind of the season of life that I'm in, I would rather invest in maybe a piece that is a little bit on the pricier side that's gonna last longer and that's a bit higher quality. So I may end up grabbing some stems. You'll see. I'm sure I will show you, especially as we start decorating for fall. I'm just kind of trying to map it all out and decide what I want to do and what I want to invest in. As I've mentioned, and I did show you one of my larger Crocks, but I do have a few others that are on the larger side, and vases too that I'd love to add some fall stems to this year. And I do need to go through my storage and see what I have, but I'm thinking I may end up grabbing just a couple to just add a nice little statement piece, whether it be in the entryway, the living room, somewhere. Alrighty friends, that is all for this video. I know it was definitely on the longer side, but I really hope that you enjoyed it and that you found some decorating inspiration from either the decor I shared or the photos that I popped up on the screen. I'd love to hear your favorites down in the comments below, and I am so excited to start fall decorating here in the coming weeks. Let me know, please, what kind of fall content you're interested in, what you want to see. Thank you again for just taking the time to click on this video today and to watch. It supports my family and we are so incredibly grateful. If you are new and you have not yet subscribed, subscribed, I would love to have you join our YouTube family. It's totally free and just takes a second. All you have to do is hit the subscribe button. All right, I will see you all in my next video, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, friends.